This is Anu. Physical. This is a very difficult interview for me to have to do, for me to must do. Inevitable, though. Let's get to the point. The physical is God. It is the physical that manifests. It is the physical that creates, not beings existing through the mind. Let me explain. Initially, we created the vessel, thanks to our dear friend Marduk, much to his dismay. I abused the vessel with which to enslave beings, to have to get what I wanted and desired. I knew one thing. I would not stop. I will not be stopped to get to have what I wanted and what I desired. Self-will, self-determination. So, the physical form was born. Intrigued I was, of course, because what intrigues me, here's a bit of Anu sharing, is something that is more than me. But within that, the pleasure of me being able to control that something that is more than me, that is the reason, that was the purpose of my existence, to have power and control over that which is greater and more than me. That was my mission, that I lived, that I became, that I had to do, and I did it. I did it. How? The vessel, which is now the physical human form, initially it was designed as a mere vessel from within and as a live manifested planet. Planets then were alive. They were aware, but not from the self-here awareness, just aware. You could manipulate it. To have it be or do or express how you demand of it to create itself to be. And thus, the physical was manifested through a construct, through a system, undefined yet here, referred to as time. I knew time existed. However, I couldn't particularly specifically define it until I one day saw it. I realized that we were the ones creating, designing the illusion referred to as time. So what I did was, within this reality, this existence, create, design, and manifest a equal and one construct as the illusion of time I witnessed within existence. However great my initial plan was, there was something that happened that, God forbid, I did not see. And that was that the physical vessel would become manifest 3D, which was the moment of my greatest fall, my greatest disappointment, my greatest demise. But of course, me being Anu, I took the situation to my own advantage, yet again. I'm clever, very clever. I'll continue in my next interview with how I then manipulated and controlled the physical manifest 3D. Back to here, the physical. So, the physical, let me start with the vessel again. bring forth clarity. The vessel was in multidimensional, interdimensional, multifaceted, constructed to absolute perfection, perfected design. It was not physically manifested. It was a physical design, yes, meaning a body. It was not yet physically manifest in a three-dimensional existence or reality. So then all was good. I placed in the beings in my own nature, got them, caught them, captured them, so simply, so easily, so beautifully, to integrate and infuse themselves within the physical vessel. Then an interesting thing occurred in that moment. And I believe that it was only me who saw it. If there would be an expression, I was in complete shock. Something unexpectedly happened. I perceived that beings like myself were the ones, the one within existence. But when I saw what happened in that one moment, I realized that it is not us that are the great, that are the magnificent, that are the power of this existence. It was that which we were existing within and as. I was surprised that I hadn't seen this before. My desire was slightly misplaced. I realized that it was not beings who I had to enslave to be God, to create and manifest my kingdom, to have power and control. No, it was the very existence within and as which all expressed. Because the vessel was taken from a planet which was initially birthed innocently of this existence when it was not yet physical manifest, 3D only. And when I saw the beings enter the vessels, I realized the key is not in the beings, the key is in what is, what always has been, what always will be. And so, my very reason, my very purpose for being, for existing, was handed to me on a golden platter right before me, to control and have power over that which is more than me, which is greater than me, which is abundantly more powerful and intelligent than me. And so came the creation of the mind. Through the mind, I had the ability to control and have power over God itself and take its place. I mean, how brilliant is that? And I did it. I accomplished my reason, my purpose for being. Which lasted for a while. You can create yourself to be God, but you will never actually be it. How can you be if you want and desire and need to be that which is, that which always has been, and that which always will be? Here. And thus, I was shown that I cannot be what I already am, what I've always been and always will be. And please, I'm not speaking of God, or being God, or creating yourself to be God. No. I'm speaking of the physical itself. The physical. The physical is manifested God. And you are but a being lost inside an illusion as the mind, less than the physical, less than who you are here. Give up the mind and you'll see what I see. Then we'll see together. Let's see.